Scam School Remix. Are you ready for the power of suspension? Not that you could suspend people like from school. I mean suspend it. Just watch.
Pete Bois promised to do something that would melt our brains out of our nose.
Let's try this out here. We don't need all the cards for this. I try to balance as many as I can.
This is like a balancing act thing.
Yeah.
This is where you get as many of them going as you can. All right, you got it? All right. Holy crap. All right, look, I want to know how this is done, but first we got to toast. How much setup do you have to do to make this happen?
A little bit of setup. You got to make the gimmick, whatever you want to say for it. In the midst of all these cards, there is one card that does all the work for you. In this case, it's my Jack of Hearts. On the back, there's a flap.
I can't help but notice that it looks like this is a different card and that this one's maybe double thick.
You cut it, X-Acto knife it out,
okay,
and then the flap will flap up like this. Then you take another card, and then you glue them together.
Now, what do you use to glue? Just regular old Elmer's?
Glue stick.
But it's stuck well enough that they're not coming apart. And do you, can you feel when you go through them which one is the right one? Do you bury this in there?
I keep it right on top like this. You take the cards out and you have the flap here. You bend the cards slightly so the flap sticks out, and then you just kind of push your hand up this way and you'll get the flap in between.
To where you can pinch it.
Live long and prosper fingers.
There you go.
And then you pinch it tightly, and then you have that card stuck there. I don't use all the cards, I just use a few cards on top. You put your thumb on top to hold them down as you're putting all the cards underneath the card that you gimmicked. So you're trapping them underneath that card. I always like to leave a couple cards on top. You put your finger on top and you hold your hand very flat.
Yep.
And as you turn it over, nobody's impressed. But then once you release it, a couple cards fall,
Well,
but the rest.
It's like this is the wabi-sabi. This is the little flaw that makes us believe. Now, when you drop, does the flap automatically close?
What I would normally do is put it on the table, and then just by moving right, you're going to close the flap. So when you close the flap, and the cards from the left side go over to the right, and then you can show them. You can even, I mean, you can really show the gimmick card as long as you hold the flap down.
All right.
Put the gimmick away.
Dude, since the three of us are magicians, I'm going to have our layperson, Dominic, do this for us.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to play a game. I want you to take some cards.
I got some cards, yep.
And I want you to see how many cards you can stick in your hand.
All right, you want me to stick cards in my hand?
Did you bet on a winner here?
Yeah, dude, always bet on Brian.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to flip the cards over like this.
All right, like this? All right.
And just drop the cards.
Whoa! Dude, that was perfect. You even turned it into a challenge. In fact, boom, here, drink this booze.
Very well done,
in
Dominic.
remembrance of your awesomeness.
Thank you.
Pete Bois is an incredible magician and a dear friend for years. If you haven't seen it yet, check out his performance on Penn and Teller Fool Us. He did great. Scam School Remix is the best of 10 years and 500 plus episodes of Scam School. Each episode time compressed so you learn as fast as possible. Dive into the whole back catalog and experience the first decade of Scam School, which is only one of many more to come. I'm never going away. I will live forever on the internet as a ghost Brian. It's a real thing.